Update.
Seaside FM News is brought to you by Ocean View Continuing Care Center, where residents who call our center home receive the highest quality care they need and deserve. Neighbor helping neighbor since 1967.
Good afternoon, I'm John Langer, and this is your Seaside FM News. Nova Scotians experiencing homelessness will now have a new shelter option with the first pallet village opening in Lower Sackville. Beacon House will provide operational and wraparound supports for people living in 19 pallet units expected to arrive later this month. Once assembled, they will be connected to power and water, and people living in encampments will be given priority. More villages are expected in the coming months, including 30 units on Henry Street in Sydney, 20 on Exhibition Street in Kentville, and an undetermined number at the Halifax Forum. The units purchased by the province are single occupancy. Residents will have access to meals, transportation, washrooms, laundry facilities, and supports and services to transition to permanent housing. Service providers for all villages will provide additional services like health and employment supports based on residents' needs. And more federal dollars has been announced for climate comfort centers, this time in Inverness County. $300,000 through the Hurricane Fiona Recovery Fund will help upgrade 15 climate comfort centers across the county. Among the upgrades include generators and comfort kits of readiness supplies to help ensure all community members are safe and comfortable during power outages or extreme weather events. The comfort kits will include items such as first aid and emergency medical supplies, sanitation supplies, non-perishable food items, and blankets, and will help ease the burden on rural emergency services. And a man is facing impaired driving charges following a collision last night in Halifax. Shortly before 11 p.m., a vehicle traveling on Lacewood Drive near Bayview had crossed the center line and struck an oncoming vehicle. There were no reported injuries. Officers detected the odor of alcohol from one of the drivers, but a roadside test was refused. As a result, the driver, a 50-year-old man, was arrested and charged with refusal, dangerous operation of a conveyance, and mischief over $5,000. He was also issued a summary offense ticket for failing to provide valid insurance. And lastly, a young Nova Scotian has made history this past weekend after being crowned National Junior Champion. 16-year-old Julia Snellgrove, who hails from Dartmouth, earned the best cumulative rankings across 4 distances to capture the title at the 2024 Canadian Junior Long Track Championships. She had a near-perfect weekend, earning gold medals in the 500-meter, the 1,500-meter, the 3,000-meter, and mass start, as well as a bronze medal in the 1,000-meter. She finished second overall at the 2022 Canadian Youth Long Track Championships and third at the 2022 Canadian Youth Short Track Championships East last season. This weekend's Canadian Junior Championship title is believed to be the first ever won by a Nova Scotia skater. And switching to your Seaside Sports, 13 games on in the NHL tonight. All Canadian teams in action. That includes Montreal hosting San Jose. The Oilers visit Detroit, and the Maple Leafs take on the Islanders. Pivoting over to the hardwood, 5 NBA games on the slate today include the Suns out west against the Lakers. And pretty big news out of the NFL as the Patriots and Bill Belichick part ways after 24 seasons and 6 Super Bowls together. The separation between the two was announced today after the New England Patriots finished the season 4-13, which is the second year in a row the Pats have finished with a losing record. Belichick joined the Patriots in '95 before returning in 2000. He leaves the organization as the second all-time most winningest coach in the NFL and leaves the Pats behind with a total record of 333 wins to 178 losses. Belichick is now allowed to seek another job in the league. That's your news and sports. Your weather is coming right up next.
Are you in need of excavation and drainage solutions that stand the test of time? Look no further than Don Zachary of Rockbusters. With over 40 years experience, Don is the one you can trust for all your excavation needs. From repairing drainage problems to debris removal, he's got you covered. But Don's favorite? Repairing leaky basements. Say goodbye to damp, musty spaces and hello to a dry, comfortable home. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call Don today at 902-499-8857. That's 902-499-8857 for your water to be gone and excavation work to be done.
And taking a look at your Seaside FM weather tonight, mainly cloudy with a chance of either showers or flurries in the evening and a low of -3, except a wind chill of -9. Tomorrow on Friday, it's mainly cloudy, clearing in the afternoon with a high of 0, but a wind chill of -9 in the morning. Overnight on Friday, clear and a low of -10. On Saturday, periods of snow or rain, windy and a high of +3. And Saturday night, periods of rain, windy again and a low of +4. For weather updates at any point in time, you can head to our website, seasidefm.com. I'm John Langer.
Best music and more. Seaside FM.
The following program is presented to you in the high-power stereophonic sounds of Seaside FM in conjunction with...
My name is Charles Hsuen and I'm your host. December 21st, 1988. 1989.
My name is Charles Hsuen. Welcome. 1990. And welcome to our second anniversary show.
My name is Charles Hsuen. Welcome.
April 3rd, 1994. And welcome to our 6th anniversary
My
show.
name is Charles Hsuen. Welcome.
Today's date is October 18th, 2004.
Welcome to Charles' Tape Series.
Welcome to the JSC.
Welcome to An Evening with Charles Hsuen.
Welcome to the Swing Arrangement with Charles Hsuen.
Welcome to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. CQHS Productions, celebrating 35 years in broadcasting. A good Thursday evening, everyone. Today's date is January the 11th, 2024. Welcome to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, your home for the best music. A pleasant good evening to you all. I'm Charles Hsuen, and this is Evening Solitude. We are broadcasting to you live from the heart of Eastern Passage, and if you're picking us up on local radio, it's frequency modulation station signal, 105.9 megahertz on your FM dial, online at seasidefm.com. Bell Alliant Digital TV Channel 779, East Link Digital TV Channel 952. You can also pick us up on one of our streaming sites by watching and listening to us at the same time. At our Facebook page, at Charles Halifax Radio is the handle, or you can add me as a friend at Charles HSUEN, or you can go to YouTube Live, Twitter, and Twitch TV by searching my name, Charles Hsuen, and January 11 on under any of those platforms, and watch and listen to us on a stable stream on those sites. And if you have an intelligent virtual assistant such as Siri, Alexa, or Google Home, you can ask it to play Seaside FM, and if you want to contact me, you can do it many ways, lifting up your phone, giving us a shout here at 902-469-6000. You can go on any messaging platform on a social media service and search for Charles Hsuen and message me in real time, or you can email me at requests@seasidefm.com. Many ways to get in, many ways to listen as we broadcast out. And let's start things off with some stuff from the hit parade. This one coming from 1939. We had a lot of comments last week of our Artie Shaw, Benny Goodman comparison, so I thought I might pull out something else from Artie Shaw, this time using Benny Goodman's wonderful, one of her vocalists, Helen Forrest, but she also did a lot of vocals with the Artie Shaw Orchestra. Here is They Say, this one coming from 1939, it charted number 5 in that King of Swing era, and here is They Say, Artie Shaw and his orchestra to kick things off right here on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
They say you have no lips for a fool such as I. They say you just believe in hello and goodbye. And they say that the one I admire isn't even remotely concerned, and that I'll go on playing with fire until I have learned my heart has been burned. They say I shouldn't dream of your face in the moon. They say all of my dreams will be nightmares too soon. Let them talk, let them think what they want to. If it makes them feel happy that way, I know I'll always love you no matter what they say.
Broadcasting live and direct to you from the heart of Eastern Passage. This is Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen on Seaside FM.
Well, now the one I love belongs to somebody else. She means her tender songs for somebody else. And even when I have my arms around her, I know her thoughts are strong for somebody else. Yes, the hands I hold belong to somebody else. I'll bet they're not so cold to somebody else. It's tough to be alone on the shelf, worse to fall in love by yourself. The one I love belongs to somebody else. What else? Yes, the one I love belongs to somebody else. Like the bear, you ain't nowhere, that's why she sings her songs to somebody else. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And even when I have my arms around her, well, Dad, you know the thoughts are for somebody else. And when I hold her hand, you know they belong to someone, somebody else. And you can bet they're not so cold to somebody else. Well, it's tough to be alone on a shelf, and it's worse to be loved by yourself. Like when the one you love belongs to somebody else.
Frank Sinatra, backed up by Cy Oliver and his orchestra. Cy Oliver did arrangements with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra when Frank was very young, 20 years prior to this recording. He was with the Tommy Dorsey Band, and he did an album, a tribute album to his former band leader, with an album called I Remember Tommy on his brand new Reprise label. That was actually Cy Oliver who did the arrangements and conducting, doing the counterpoint vocals in The One I Love Belongs to Somebody Else. To start things off, Helen Forrest, backed up by the Artie Shaw Orchestra with They Say, reaching number 5 in the hit parade, and that was Artie Shaw and his rounded tone clarinet. Well, this program, I am going to pay tribute to a person who you might not know who plays the licorice stick like myself, the clarinet. And his original name was Harold Lipschitz, otherwise known as Hal Linden. Hal Linden is a Tony Award actor and also had major success as an Emmy nominee and Golden Globe nominee for the television series on ABC called Barney Miller that ran from 1975 to 1982. But originally, Hal Linden wanted to become a nightclub performer and put that aside to become a Broadway actor and also sitcom star. Originally from the Bronx, he is still around at the age of 92 years young. And in 2011, he came out with an album called It's Never Too Late. He always wanted to be able to put a album out of the Great American Songbook of standards, and he has picked a wonderful set of songs that are arranged by some of the most leading and revered orchestrators and arrangers of all time, including Bob Florence, Tom Scott, and Jonathan Tunick, who did many orchestrations for Stephen Sondheim and his wonderful Broadway shows. We're going to start things off with Hal Linden playing clarinet and vocals, along with a feature guitarist Rick Fleischman with You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, Cole Porter song. And as I said, comes from this wonderful album, long awaited, that Hal Linden had shelved when he was at his peak with Barney Miller, and decided in 2011 to come out with one of a fantastic album. So let's have a listen now to You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To.
A-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. A-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. A-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. A-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire, under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come home to and love. You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire, under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come
Love. Now more accessible than ever, watch and listen to Evening Solitude on Twitter, Periscope, LinkedIn by typing Charles Hsuen. That's Hsuen.
That's the wonderful and talented, multi-talented, award-winning actor and singer and clarinetist and kumquat and everything else in between. No, that's the great Hal Linden with There Will Never Be Another You, with Harry Warren and Matt Gordon doing the lyrics and music on that. But the arranging of that wonderful piece was done by the legendary Bob Florence, and his orchestrations are absolutely fantastic. To start things off on that set, it was Hal in vocals as well as on clarinet, along with Rick Fleischman on guitar with You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, from his April 2011 album entitled It's Never Too Late. I had the good fortune of seeing Hal Linden on stage at the Winter Garden Theatre in Toronto in 2009 with a marvelous performance of Tuesdays with Maury, and it was a wonderful production, and he just carried that show. I need to thank the producer of Hal Linden's show, Allison Kaplan, who hails out of Florida, I believe, in her office. She was absolutely fantastic this holiday season because I had ordered this nightclub performance of Hal's on DVD, and because of the cross-border charges and stuff, she actually ate the charges and all the duty-free. And she had not only sent me the CD, but then afterwards, by mistake, she sent me the DVD. And they're absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much, and thank you, Hal. We'll listen to some more tracks later on in the show. We're going to now go back to 1959, and this one coming from the Verve label, Norman Grantz's Verve label. This one from the album Anita O'Day Swings with Cole Porter and with Billy May. Cole Porter did the lyrics, and It's the Lovely is the name of that Cole Porter standard, with Billy May and his wonderful orchestrations done in such high fidelity and wonderful stereo. Here is Anita O'Day and Billy May.
The night is young, the skies are clear, and if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear dear Mother Nature murmuring low. Let get yourself go, so please be sweet, my chickadee. And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely. What a swell night this is for romance. You can hear dear Mother Nature murmuring low. So let yourself go, please be sweet, my chickadee. And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely, it's the lovely. Man, it's a ball.
Video streaming on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch TV. You're watching and listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
Liquid Sunshine is the name of that song, and that coming from the KPM library. Very apropos for 1978. And those were instrumentals that were used commercially, not non-commercially, for productions of radio and television and film, especially in Britain, where they hailed from in the UK. John Cameron was the name of the composer, Liquid Sunshine, the name of that track. To start things off, Anita O'Day, It's the Lovely from 1959 on Norman Grantz's Verve label, backed up by the great Billy May and his orchestra. Coming fresh off of Frank Sinatra's wonderful album, Come Fly With Me, done on the Capitol label. It is 32 minutes past 6 p.m. and 28 to the top of the hour. My name is Charles Hsuen. This is Evening Solitude, bringing you music until the program close. Going to be down the line at 8 p.m. Continuing on sounds with the great Terry Thornton. And this one coming from 1963. Here she sings, I've Got Your Number.
You've got no time for me. You've got big things to do. Well, my sweet chickadee, I've got hot news for you. I've got your number. I know you inside out. You ain't no Eagle Scout. You're all at sea. Oh, yes, you brag a lot, wave your own flag a lot, but you're sure you're a lot like me. Oh, I've got your number, and what you're looking for, and what you're looking for just suits me fine. We'll break the rules a lot, we'll be damn fools a lot, but then why should we not, how could we not combine when I've got your number and I've got the flow you've got. I've got your number and baby, you know you've got mine. We'll break the rules a lot, we'll be damn fools a lot, but then why should we not, how could we not combine when I've got your number and I've got the flow you've got. I've got your number and baby, you know you've got
Bringing to you the Great American Songbook from the 20th century and beyond. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen on Seaside FM.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I've got to be me. I've got to be me. What else can I be but what I am? I want to live, not merely survive. And I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I've got to be me. I've got to be me. The dream that I see makes me what I am. That faraway prize, a world of success, is waiting for me if I heed the call. I won't settle down or settle for less. As long as there's half a chance, I can have it all. I'll go it alone. That's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've got to be free. I've got to be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've got to be me. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've got to be free. I've got to be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've got to be me.
One of the most underrated vocalists and baritone vocalists of all time. That was the great Steve Lawrence, who is still with us. Unfortunately not singing anymore. That one coming from 1982 at the live in Cannes, France, and where they do the Cannes Film Festival. And that was an orchestra, a huge string orchestra, the Metropole Orchestra, under the helmsmanship of the great Michel Legrand. This is a wonderful video performance. If you want to YouTube it, it is available. Steve Lawrence live in Cannes, along with some great other artists, including his wife Edie Gourmet, Shirley Bassey, Michel Legrand, the Letterman, just a number of great people on that wonderful concert recording. To start things off, Terry Thornton, and a vocalist from the 1960s, and she had a wonderful interpretation of I've Got Your Number, that one coming from 1963. Now, I've Gotta Be Me was actually more famous by an artist that sang this song as a showstopper, and also based on a book that he wrote, and I'm talking of Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. in 1967, I believe it is, recorded this on Frank Sinatra's Reprise label. Here's Morton Stevens and the orchestra backing up Sammy with Love is a Tender Trap.
You see a pair of laughing eyes, and suddenly you're sighing sighs. You're thinking nothing's wrong, you string along, boy, then snap. Those eyes, those sighs, they're part of the tender trap. You're hand in hand beneath the trees. As soon as music in the breeze, you're acting kinda smart until your heart just goes whap. Those trees, that breeze, they're part of that tender trap. Some starry night when her kisses make you tingle, she will hold you tight and you'll hate yourself for being single. And all at once it seems so nice. Man, the mob is throwing shoes and rice. You hurry to a spot that's just a dot on the map. You done fell in love, and love is that tender trap. Let's face it, lad, love has got you in its pocket. This ain't no launching pad, but you're gonna take off like a big fat rocket. You've looked into the perfect face, and you're an astronaut in space. Without the flying suit, the flying boots, or the cap, You'll wonder how it all came to pass. But like Sinatra says, man, ain't it a gas? You fell in love, and love is a tender trap.
Sammy Davis Jr. with Morton Stevens and his orchestra with Love is a Tender Trap. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I should have found a better copy of that. It sounded like it came from an old vinyl LP that was not remastered. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to give you your full 5-day Metro Weather Call forecast for Halifax and the surrounding area.
What's tomorrow's weather? What's the low? What's the high? Will it be wet or dry?
Here's our Metro Weather Call forecast for Halifax and the surrounding area. For tonight, mainly cloudy, a 60% chance of rain showers, changing to 60% chance of flurries this evening. Winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour after midnight with a low of -3. Wind chill at -9 overnight. Friday, mainly cloudy, clearing in the afternoon. Wind chill at -9 in the morning with a UVNX reading at 1, which is in low category. On Friday night, clear with a low of -9, wind chill at -6 and -12 overnight. On Saturday, periods of rain or snow with a high of 3 and a low of 4. So the temperature is going to be going up with periods of rain. And on Sunday, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries or rain showers, high of 4 and a low of -4. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, looking at highs of -1, +1, and -2. And lows of -6, -3, and -4, respectively. For more weather information, log on to seasidefm.com. Current temperature outside the studios of Seaside FM, Eastern Passage, Fisherman's Cove, and Shearwater, 3 degrees Celsius. Barometric pressure reading at 100.6 kilopascals and rising. Humidities at 87%. And now this brief word from some of our sponsors.
Seaside FM weather brought to you by Parkland at the Lakes on Baker Drive in Dartmouth. With locations throughout Metro Halifax, Parkland offers a range of lifestyles, exceptional dining, amenities at your doorstep, and daily programming. Contact Mary Ann Bunker today at 902-407-0778 to book your complimentary lunch and tour. Parkland, live your best life.
You know, it might be confusing to some, a bit overwhelming perhaps, as to where to invest these days. You know, you should invest. For what's the point of being 5 years older and not becoming at least 5 years richer? Markets may go down, then recover. But wasted time, you just don't get it back. Tune in every Thursday morning at 9:10 to the Financial Destination Show. It will be time well invested. Call 902-499-5879. This is Roger Hamilton. Until next time, stay safe and stay invested.
Tonight's programming on Seaside FM is brought to you in part by Liscombe Lodge, your relaxation destination on Nova Scotia's beautiful Eastern Shore. Our wedding plans in your future, Liscombe Lodge is an ideal place to host your wedding. And we're now booking for 2024 and 2025. Call 1-800-655-6343 or see online at liscomlodge.ca.
105.9 Seaside FM.
Fellow broadcaster Karim Mosna in Ontario has requested Pat Metheny. He actually requested it last week, and I told him I'd get around to it this week because we have such a packed show. I thought I might grant this request for our fellow broadcaster. This one coming from the Library of Nora Jones. This one from 2003. Pat Metheny, solo guitar from a great album called One Quiet Night. Here is Don't Know Why for Karim Mosna right here on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. Hear the crooners, the big bands, the small groups, and more. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, the home of good music.
You've all heard of Virginia, that noble southern state. Well, very often in Virginia, all the southern folks get all dressed up and congregate. They're meeting tonight in Virginia with the corn pones and the cotton balls hanging on the old pine tree in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. All the southern folks get all dressed up and have a jubilee. Better get ready for the jubilee time.
It's jubilee time.
Better get ready for the jubilee time.
It's jubilee.
Get out your Bible book, better get ready to sing.
It's jubilee. Get out your Bible book, better get ready to sing.
It's jubilee time, folks is fixing to do tonight. What they've been fixing to do tonight, they'll be mixing and hoop-de-doing tonight.
Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time.
Hi, jinks, celebrating. Gonna be big doings.
Come on,
it's jubilee time.
Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time.
Woo!
Hola, hola, it's jubilee
Yes,
time. Hola, hola,
jubilee
jubilee
time.
time. There's nothing
Everybody,
quite
come on,
like
get out your lunch
jubilee.
basket. Time to
For
get out to the
heaven's
jubilee.
fun and being
Come on, let's go. To the
And if you bring along your honey, your one and only honey will say, honey, I do.
Oh, get out your pink pumps, put on your polka dot tie.
Woo, look at that tie.
Get out your parasol, put on your little pork pie.
Put your hat on your head. Get out your best dress tie on your calico bow.
I got me my bow.
Get all specs band, come on, ready to go.
It's jubilee time. Folks is gonna be talking tonight. Folks is gonna be gawking tonight. Folks will be cake walking tonight.
Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. There's nothing
I repeat
quite
that
like
jubilee
the
time has arrived.
Jubilee,
Jubilee. Oh, get a big basket, fill it with cookies and jam.
Woo, strawberry jam.
Bring along chick potatoes, hominy, and honey cooked ham.
Ooh, look at that ham.
A big watermelon, chunk tonight.
Honey, I got me my chunk.
Bring along a banjo, cluck tonight.
There'll be lots of me, oh my, tonight. Lots of eagle eye tonight. Angels is gonna be flying tonight.
Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time.
Gonna be hooping it up tonight. High fluting it up tonight.
Better rejoice. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time. Hola, hola, it's jubilee time. Hola, hola, jubilee time.
Andy Williams, along with the female vocalist there, Kay Thompson. Andy Williams and the Williams Brothers with Jubilee Time, and that one coming from the Andy Williams archive. Very hard to find, actually. Sent out for my dear friend Don Gauthier, who requested that. He loves Andy Williams and Red Skelton, amongst other things. And so thank you very much, Don, for letting me know that you're out there and for that request. Also, Karim Mosna, who listened to us in Ontario and wanted to hear some Pat Metheny. We heard from the album One Quiet Night from 2003. That is Nora Jones's Don't Know Why. My name is Charles Hsuen, and this is Evening Solitude right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, your home for the best music. We're going to hear now back to Hal Linden and his April 2011 album called It's Never Too Late. Here he sings Jerry Herman's a great song and great Broadway play that is just so catchy. Here is Hello, Dolly.
Well, hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly. I can tell, Dolly, you're still glowing, you're still crowing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying, for the band's playing one of our old favorite songs from way back when. So take her rap, fellas, find her an empty lap, fellas, and tell her you'll never go away again. Well, hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you snuggling with me now. You've still got flair, Dolly, class to spare, Dolly. You're enticing, you're the icing, you're the cat's meow, you're razzmatazz, Dolly. You're pizzazz, Dolly. Simply add up to an uncontested 10. What shape you're in, Dolly. A pity you're not a twin, Dolly. Promise you'll never go away again. Well, hello, Dolly. Well, hello, my Dolly. You're a gin and tonic when I'm feeling blah. Those fancy clothes, Dolly, goodness knows, Dolly, you're still smashing, you're still dashing, you're still ooh la la, your brand of chic, Dolly, your mystique, Dolly, are enough to lure the lions from the den. But bottom line, fellas, sorry the lady's mine, fellas. She promised she'll never go away. Dolly, you'll never go away. Dolly will never go away again. Hello, Dolly. Welcome back, my Dolly. How's it going, Dolly? Hello, Dolly.
Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Bing Crosby, and the great artists of the 20th century. Broadcasting to you live from the heart of Eastern Passage, this is Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River. Waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend. My huckleberry
CFEP is 105.9 Seaside FM.
Welcome back to the second of 2 hours right here on Evening Solitude. My name is Charles Hsuen, and we have just finished and concluded 60 minutes of an eclectic selection of the Great American Songbook of the 20th Century and beyond, finishing off with a great album by great Barney Miller's Hal Linden from It's Never Too Late from 2011 in April, where he does a mixture of vocals and clarinet. You know, I forgot to mention to you how I discovered Hal Linden playing clarinet, and that was on an episode of The Muppets. And he brought out his licorice stick and really could swing. And there's a great concert that he has out with Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet and Marvin Hamlish on PBS. That's you can go on YouTube, and he plays a fantastic clarinet in front of a symphony orchestra conducted by Marvin Hamlish. So look that up too. If you want more information on Hal Linden, it's hallinden.net is the address, and you can purchase his CD and DVD. And thanks again to Allison Kaplan for supplying both the CD and DVD this holiday season, and it was a pleasure to play it on my program. We are going to continue now, sounds with Cyril Amé. Last week I played a little bit of Sondheim. I'll play a little bit more of Sondheim with her. This is from her Move On Sondheim adventure from 2019. Here she sings Marry Me a Little.
Marry me a little, love me just enough, cry but not too often, play but not too rough, keep a tender distance so we'll both be free, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, do it with a will, make a few demands I'm able to fulfill, want me more than others, not exclusively, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready now. You can be my best friend. I can be your right arm. We'll go through a fight or two. No harm, no harm. We'll look not too deep. We'll go not too far. We won't have to give up a thing. We'll stay who we are. Right? Okay then. I'm ready. I'm ready now. Marry me a little. Love me just enough. Warm and sweet and easy. Just the simple stuff. Keep a tender distance so we'll both be free. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little. Body, heart, and soul. Passionate as hell, but always in control. Want me first and foremost. Keep me company. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready. I'm ready now. Oh, how gently we'll talk. Oh, how softly we'll tread. All the stings, the ugly things we'll keep unsaid. We'll build our cocoon of love and respect. You'll promise whatever you like, I'll never collect. Right? Okay then. I'm ready. I'm ready now. So now I'm ready.
Hear the spectrum of music of the Great American Songbook and more. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, the home of good music. Tenor saxophonist Coleman Hawkins, in his most famous and pinnacle recording that was recorded on the 11th of October 1939 on RCA Bluebird label. That was Body and Soul. This was a very significant recording because it was the derivative of what bebop came to be out of the swing era that led into a new form of music throughout the early 1940s after big band and swing music hailed as the halcyon years of music at that time. The two choruses that he plays only hints at the melody of Body and Soul. It doesn't play the actual piece of the melody there. And so his improvisation of dancing around on the chord structures is what was the basis of bebop music and has been in 2004 since the Library of Congress has entered it into the National Recording Registry. To start things off, Cyril Amé, and that one from 2019, Stephen Sondheim's Marry Me a Little. Wonderful vocals on that. We're going to hear now Carmen McRae in a very short but sweet recording of Charlie Barnett's Skyliner, who he made a big hit in 1941. I love this tune. I even love the vocalese that goes along with it. Carmen McRae does this justice.
Easy as you go, it's over completely. Who will ever know? If it's done discreetly, there's no need to talk. Just be on your way. If I plead with you, don't stay. So just be easy as you go. Why must you speak sadly? Keep your tale of woe.
I must apologize. That is not the recording that I wanted to play for you. It was mislabeled. Here it is, hopefully. Let's have a listen now. Skyliner by Carmen McRae.
Skyliner, Skyliner, flying so freely, we seem to really touch heaven. Higher, higher, ever higher, sunbeams all dance on your wings where the light falls. And then when night falls, stars dance above, giving a show for the people below as we fly. As we fly so high, hearing each single beat of the motors repeat with a sigh. Baby, by and by, I'll hold him close. That's the sweet song they sing me. Skyliner, bring me home to love. I'm hurrying home to you. I'm through with being lonely. I'm hurrying home to you. Don't you know you're my one and only? Fast, fast, traveling fast, dear. And the quarrels of the past we'll keep in the past, dear. I wanna be in your arms where I can hug and kiss you. I wanna be in your arms, wanna show you the way I miss you. Fast, fast, traveling fast, dear. And to have you close is all that I'm thinking of. I'll
ballads, torch songs, and instrumentals to color your mood. This is Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen on Seaside FM.
Been around and round the world, been to many, many places. My passport's running low on pages. I've seen those big-time first-class cities, and they all look postcard pretty. But there's one swinging place that's got it all. That hustlin', bustlin' 9 to 5 with that cool kind of vibe. If you haven't been there, you need to go, 'cause it's always action-packed. Let me show you where it's at. Come get your kicks in the 6. If you're wanting the high life with the good times, roll all nights like streetcars fit for a king and queen. No matter your exotic flavors, it's got all that you can savor. Just strolling down the street makes you young at heart. Soon as your wheels touch the ground, you're gonna wanna stick around. It's the hottest little dot on the globe. It's the one place on the map where they hit and flip the bat. Come on, join the mix. Come on, find your fix. Come on, get your kicks in the 6.
Kicks in the 6. That is Matt Dusk and his orchestra. Matt coming from Toronto, from a great album that he recorded called Jet Set Jazz, where he takes familiar arrangements of backings that Frank Sinatra and the Crooners have done, put new lyrics on there, and then did a whole new album that just sounds very, very fresh. His vocals sound so fresh. Kicks in the 6 right here on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. To start things off, Charlie Barnett's Skyliner, and that one from a big hit that Charlie Barnett had in 1941. Carmen McRae doing a wonderful orchestration and vocalese on that great song. I love the counterpoint melody when it kicks in, because it just really takes it up another notch. It is now 17 minutes past 7 p.m., and we are going to continue on with a studio recording of a great song that I have played many times before. This is from the ever-youthful sounding Blossom Dearie. I had the good fortune of seeing Blossom Dearie in 1995 at the Top of the Senator, and I saw her do a wonderful set, and it wasn't a very expensive set because she did charge, those days, it was $20 a set, and if you wanted to go over the set, it was another $20. But it was an hour of music, and she played this song. Now, I first saw Blossom Dearie on TV. I believe it was on CBS Sunday Morning. It was a special with Dr. Billy Taylor and Blossom Dearie doing a chat with two pianos. And I said, who is this wonderful, youthful-sounding voice? And is her voice really like that? And it was Blossom Dearie. And she sang this song. She has mentioned it many times that it is the most requested song in her repertoire, written by Dave Frischberg and Bob Dorough. Here is the wonderful I'm Hip. This is the only studio recording that I know of that she recorded, and it was now from a 7-CD set called Discover Who I Am that was just released on many previously unreleased songs from the Blossom Dearie songbook. Let's have a listen.
I'm hip, I'm no square, I'm alert, I'm awake, I'm aware. I'm on top of of every scene, making the rounds, digging the sounds. I read Playboy magazine, 'cause I'm hip. I'm dig, I'm in step. When it was hip to be hip, I was hip. I don't blow, but I'm a fan. Look at me swing, ring-a-ding-ding. I even call my girlfriend man, I'm so hip. Every Saturday night, with my suit buttoned tight and my suede on, I'm getting my kicks, digging arty French flicks with my shades on. 'Cause I'm too much, I'm a gas. I am anything but middle class. When I hang around the band, popping my thumbs, digging the drums. Squares don't seem to understand why I flip. They're not hip like I'm hip. I'm hip, I'm alive. I enjoy any joint where there's jive. I'm on top of every trend. Look at me go, rodeo-do. Bobby Darin knows my friend. I'm so hip. I'm hip, but not weird. Like you notice, I don't wear a beard. Beards were in, but now they're out. They had their day, now they're passé. Just ask me if you're in doubt, 'cause I'm hip. Now whatever the fads and whatever the ads say is neat still. I'm keeping abreast, out in front with the rest from Elitesville. 'Cause I'm cool as a cuke. I'm a cat, I'm a card, I'm a kook. I get so much out of life. Really I do, scuba-doo-boo. One more time, play Mac the knife, let her rip. I may flip, but I'm hip. I'm hip. Ooh, I'm hip. Scoob-doo-doo-doo-doo, boop boop, splooba-doo-ba-dee-da-da.
Got a virtual assistant device? Ask Siri, Alexa, or Google Home to play Seaside FM to hear Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
That is a very, very interesting album. That came from 1963. That is the original Benny Goodman Quartet, featuring Benny Goodman on clarinet, Teddy Wilson on piano, Gene Krupa on drums, and the great vibraphonist Lionel Hampton. This is them coming together for the very first time in some 25 years or so, give or take, because at the height of the swing era, each one of these musicians who were part of Benny Goodman's band, who brought the first multiracial band on stage and into the mainstream and legitimized music with the great Carnegie Hall concert of January the 16th, 1938. They all separated after that big concert and started their own band. And Benny being a very temperamental person, that's no great secret. He was a taskmaster, and he was a very temperamental person. They all wanted to be stars in themselves and cash in on the swing era novelty, I guess, at the time, which became a huge movement. That was I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good. They got back together again for a few sessions, and this was the official recording that came out on RCA Victor's label. And it's fascinating to hear because it's like the four musicians had never separated. They sound exactly the same, except it's in high-fidelity stereo. It's recorded on magnetic tape, and they just sound exactly the same, but just 25 years later. And very, very introspective on that Duke Ellington tune, I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good. We are going to, I guess I should tell you what we heard before that. That was Blossom Jury with Bob Dorough and Dave Frischberg's lyrics and music of I'm Hip, and that is the most requested song and done in a studio with electric bass. I love that recording. That because usually when you hear that particular recording by that song by Blossom Jury, it's usually in a live performance, which is great for spontaneity. But as far as engineering is concerned, that sounded fantastic. That was a session demo from a 7-CD set of Blossom Jury, previously unreleased music, and as well as some of the music that has not been released or reissued on digital format in a very, very long time. We're now going to hear sounds from 1980, this one coming from the Warner Brothers label. This was my introduction to the father of bossa nova, Antonio Carlos Jobim. He came out with an album called Terra Brasilis with his good friend and orchestrator Klaus Ogerman. Klaus Ogerman, for those of you who have listened to his music in recent years, was backing up the first huge orchestra leader behind the Diana Krall Live in Paris concerts of the early 2000s. But here they do a wonderful rendition of one of Antonio Carlos Jobim's great pieces called Double Rainbow. One of my favorite because of how technical the orchestrations are, so lush, and you hear Antonio Carlos Jobim's piano playing. Here from 1980 is Double Rainbow. My apologies. I did not have my CD correctly queued up for there. That was Antonio Carlos Jobim with Terra Brasilis, is the name of the album from 1980 with Double Rainbow. And now here is Doris Day with Les Brown and his band of renown with My Dreams Are Getting Better All the Time.
Smiled at me in my dreams last night. My dreams are getting better all the time. And what do you know? He smiled at me in a different light. My dreams are getting better all the time. To think that we were strangers a couple of nights ago. And though it's a dream, I never dreamed he'd ever say hello. Or maybe tonight I'll hold him tight when the moonbeams shine. My dreams are getting better all the time. Couple of nights ago, and though it's a dream, I never dreamed he'd ever say hello. Or maybe tonight I'll hold him tight when the moonbeams shine. My dreams are getting better all the time.
Doris Day, My Dreams Are Getting Better All the Time. That was Les Brown and his band Renowned backing Doris Day up. And that, as I mentioned before, we had a little technical issues there. That was Terra Brasilis and the name of the album from 1980 with Antonio Carlos Jobim and Double Rainbow, Klaus Orgerman and the orchestra backing up the piano stylings of the father of Bossa Nova. It is time now for your Seaside FM Metro the Call forecast for Halifax and the surrounding area.
Tomorrow's weather, what's the low? What's the high? Will it be wet or dry?
Metro Weather Call forecast for Halifax and the surrounding area for this January the 11th, 2024. Tonight, mainly cloudy, 60% chance of showers, changing to 60% chance of flurries this evening. Winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour after midnight, with a low of -3, wind chill at -9 overnight. On Friday, mainly cloudy, clearing in the afternoon, high of 0, wind chill at -9 in the morning, UV index reading at 1, which is in the low category. On Friday night, clear, becoming partly cloudy overnight, Low of -9, wind chill at -6 in the evening, then -12 overnight. On Saturday, periods of snow or rain, windy with a high of 3 and a low of +4. And Sunday, cloudy, a 60% chance of showers or flurries, high of 4 and a low of -4. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, looking at highs of -1, +1, and -2, and lows of -6, -3, and -4, respectively. For more weather information, log on to seasidefm.com. Current temperature outside the studios of Seaside FM, Eastern Passage, Fisherman's Cove, and Shearwater. It is... Let me just see here if I can bring it up. 4 degrees Celsius with a barometric pressure reading at 100.7 kilopascals and rising. Humidity's at 81%. And now this brief word from some of our sponsors.
Seaside FM weather brought to you by Parkland at the Lakes on Baker Drive in Dartmouth. With locations throughout Metro Halifax, Parkland offers a range of lifestyles, exceptional dining, amenities at your doorstep, and daily programming. Contact Mary Ann Bunker today at 902-407-0778 to book your complimentary lunch and tour. Parkland, live your best life.
You know, it might be confusing to some, a bit overwhelming perhaps, as to where to invest these days. You know, you should invest. For what's the point of being 5 years older and not becoming at least 5 years richer? Markets may go down, then recover, but wasted time, you just don't get it back. Tune in every Thursday morning at 9:10 to the Financial Destination Show. It will be time well invested. Call 902-499-5879. This is Roger Hamilton. Until next time, stay safe and stay invested.
The biggest variety of the best music. 105.9 Seaside FM.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arm about you. The charm about you will carry me through to heaven. Ooh, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Cheek to cheek. Cheek to cheek. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Cheek to cheek.
Nelson Riddle and the orchestra backing up Peggy Lee with Cheek to Cheek. Wonderful rendition from the album Jump for Joy. We got one last tune to play, and this one is a request who just came in, and it's very apropos. I actually had the good fortune of seeing this gentleman perform in New Jersey in 2021, and that is the home town of this gentleman, one of two from the great Steely Dan. This is Donald Fagen in his solo album from 1982, an all-digital album from the album The Nightfly. Here is Walk Between the Raindrops for Blaine right here on Seaside FM. And his band from Nightfly. Well, our theme is fading up, which means it's time for me to bid you adieu for another edition of Evening Solitude. I'll be back again next week, same time, same station, for another edition of this program. And I thank each and every one of you for tuning in and being here, because if it weren't for you, I would not be here in this chair. So, till I speak with you again, I'm Charles Hsuen. Thank you for letting me broadcast for you. Good night, everyone.